Record. Okay. Recording. Okay. So it's recording as of now. Okay. Jen, let's off. Yep.
It's 1 minute to 6.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. Stay forward.
Then Jim Eves is present. Tim, Jay, Nancy,
Here.
and Steele.
Here.
Okay. Proof of notice. I emailed out the agenda and also posted it as required by Florida Statute 718 on September 5th. Tim? Okay. All in favor?
Aye. Excuse me, we need 30 seconds. Here and there.
Okay, this is far over there. So
There.
yeah,
Remind me.
just put it right there.
Which way, right
Just
here?
right there, that's fine.
Oh.
Okay, let me just say.
Once the meeting is approved at the next board meeting, that's when the recording itself will be uploaded on the website. And it will be there for a whole year, so everyone will have access to it. So anything you don't want to be recorded, I would recommend everyone keeping that to yourself without speaking it out, because once it's recorded, and we can't make any changes. And I was this recently passed the law that was to be signed in and became active on July 1st. That anything that any video meetings has to be recorded moving forward. Okay.
Any questions on that?
I just want 1 second.
Yes.
Is everybody hearing you? Hearing us?
We're talking.
You don't hear? I was
Hear you fine.
actually talking to the
The
computer.
people on the Zoom.
I'm sure the Zoom. Do you hear us on Zoom?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. This is
Okay,
Paul.
thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Speak well.
I don't hear anything now.
So we just the president treasurer's report is next.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No. Treasurer's report, Jane. Yes. This is the- here.
Terrible meeting, terrible. Terrible.
This gonna be the manager's report.
Yes.
Okay. No, because people are unmuting, so it's interrupting. Okay. I'll put it in the speaker. Yeah. Yeah, this time I'm gonna pass it down. Okay, perfect. Okay. Okay, I'll briefly share a few items that, for the past 3 months over the summer, that the board and I have been working diligently behind the scenes to take care of. As you guys can see, the agenda where it says unfinished business, that's just the tip of the iceberg of the majority of items that we worked on. Anything that was under $1,000, we didn't put in the agenda because those items were already approved. It doesn't need to be discussed at a board meeting. So a few of the things that we worked on is securing the elevator permits for all the buildings. Right now, I'm still missing 2. One of the challenges I'm having is that when the property was established between the east and the west side, the developer listed one account. So when we make a payment, sometimes it's transferred to the west side and vice versa. So right now I'm working out the kinks with the DBPR. So once I get that done, I should be able to get my 2 license. I just owe them $75, but they're having a hard time giving me the correct invoice. It's showing $200. So once I have the correct invoice, I can pay the $75 and we'll have all the permits. So I'm working on that with the DBPR. The next item, big ticket items that we did this summer was building 7. TK replaced the oil line. I know the elevator was shut down for about 3 days and everyone was very patient and I do appreciate that. That was already addressed. And also with the landscaping, every Wednesday I meet with Lucky Landscaping to go over anything landscaping related as well as irrigation. And that's happened every Wednesday morning around 8:30 for about half an hour. And sometimes I do a drive-through with them as well to address any issues that we may have that is brought to me by the board. Any members send me any emails or give me a call, or if something comes from the maintenance staff as well. And currently we are working on the 2026 budget. Next up would be working on the annual meeting, which will be taking place in January. And if you have not already signed up and you know of your friends, family members that lives in here, any of your neighbors, please spread the word that we're asking for everyone to please sign up for electronic voting. Make the process so much easier and also save the association thousands of dollars when we do have to send those notices out. And one of the things we worked on upcoming, we'll discuss that further at the board meeting, is gonna be the clubhouse renovation. So any events that's gonna be booked for October, for the rest of this month through October will not be able to be held in the clubhouse. More information will be announced down the line. We're also working on with another elevator communication company that they actually came to our rescue because the current company we're working with right now, they weren't able to repair the 2 phones in the elevators for us. So I actually reached out to elevator communication group. The gentleman came here in the rain. He looked at everything and he sent his technician out and he fixed it. So all of the phones are operational in all the elevators. That had been a huge win for us. And I know we have a few sidewalks that have cracks in them. I did reach out to Jose Vera Landscaping. I've worked with him at other properties in the past, and he does really great job. He'll be here this coming Thursday to look at those particular broken sidewalks and give me a quote for them. Apex Pavers, they did repair the tiles in the pool. That was a huge undertaking, but it's done. Thank goodness that's already up and the pool is back up and running. They'll also be back sometime next week. They will give me a date to do building 4 and building 10. There's a few pavers that's uneven, so those are gonna be fixed down the line. I don't have an exact date as yet. Lucky Landscaping, as everyone noticed, that they did put in new sod right in front of the clubhouse. And today they came back and had to replace about 250 square feet of the sod. And also make sure the irrigation was flagged, so everything is working and it's gonna be running twice a day. And one of the major changes, I'm sure everyone's have seen that we have email, that we have launched the bi-weekly newsletter. So we're very proud of that. We've been getting positive feedback. And also working with the social committee, if any events coming up, we'll also put those in the newsletter to share with everyone. And it's also posted on the website. That's all I have for now.
Thank you.
So
You're welcome.
So what we'll do at the next meeting, we'll make sure we test the system because I've never used it before, and we can do the microphone. Okay.
apologize. Can I speak?
Next unfinished business.
Unfinished? Uh, So. Fine.
And the motion is right under for you on the first page.
So,
Discussion. Okay. Jay second.
yes.
Have been filled. Jason actually, Jay went through and filled those in and we couldn't find the exact match to go back with the talus on the wall. So Jay put the closest match he could, but put in it. It's like a very small section in the first room. That's just that we couldn't find anything to match to put in there.
We'll take a look at it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what we can-
Instead, can't find exactly.
Correct. Yes. On the agenda, this. That starts on page 16.
Okay, so technically.
Excuse me, may I say something?
Susan, could you
Yeah.
hold the speaker? Something.
You're very rarely gonna go into a restaurant and see something other than tile. May not look like wood, maybe a square or rectangle or something like that, but It's a commercial based product. So,
Since I was talking about somebody spills a bottle of red wine on it.
the tile,
Yeah.
you clean it up.
And also,
Sure, everything's
Yeah.
sealed.
It's a specific route that the installer has to supply. So it's pretty. Something. So.
You're so required to do it because it's commercial based.
Is that right? Okay. The small.
I'm not sure if you could hear us, but we don't hear a thing from the board.
So you know it's gonna be a monochromatic. So this kind of stands out on the wall. We're gonna try to make it nice and clean looking, so I'm gonna try to do a match from the fabric to the wall. So first of all, visually, it'll be helping you with the audio in here, the sound, and then it'll also visually be nice and clean and, you know, fresh. We're also gonna do drapes.
what are you gonna do to affect the sun?
Well, if we take these down, it'll be a huge sound, so it'll be a lot more reverberations and sound in here, that's all. So these are up for the specific purpose of absorbing sound. So anything that's fabric or foam or anything like that helps to absorb sound.
So you say you're gonna take them down?
I am under recover.
What will recover outside of looking at? What will that do to the sound, recovery?
So let's get through this thought for you, but it's gonna do the same thing that this is doing with absorbing the sound. Cause
Which
it's
is not
fabric,
much.
which is fat, which
It's
is
just gonna look
it'll be fabric, it'll look different. So I'm kind of talking about the aesthetic as well as your sound absorption. In addition to that, because of the budget, right? I mean, there's all kinds of acoustic things that you can do here that may not be necessary, because it's not a gymnasium, but it is a bigger space, right? It's open, there are no walls, you could do a lot, but it can get really expensive. So one of the other things that we do is drapes. They're lined, they're heavy, they're beautiful, they're clean looking, and they do a lot because it's on the outside wall. So these are kind of like on these walls, right? And you've got some in between, and then those drapes will really help to absorb also. Well, I don't know. Do you have a big washer?
What kind of things?
I'd love to address that.
Just let me know,
Yes.
who's gonna
We
Okay.
can worry about it.
It's okay.
press?
Yeah, so you will, yeah, so if I could address that?
Yeah.
Sure, it's made out of polypropylene, and it's a commercial based product in fabric. It's not linen, it's not cotton,
Just still gets.
as it does a chair, a television, pool table, ping pong table. Yeah, well, I think, yeah.
Hi, Mom. I just want to thank you. I appreciate, is there any?
It is. Yeah, well, that we're gonna do, yeah, yeah. So we've kind of gone my goal for you guys is to get something as timeless as possible. I guess nothing's really timeless, I guess, but and what I mean by that is something that's gonna kind of, it's not gonna go out of date. I also wanted to give you kind of a spa feel that didn't feel too kitschy, right? Didn't feel too oceany, too kitschy, but nice and clean, classy, but comfortable. So what we've done with this, can I go ahead one of them? So we've done a butterscotch leather, which is going around for the some of the chairs. We're gonna have a bookcase up over here on your back wall to the left where there's that little gathering. We'll have a bookcase and then we'll have two occasional chairs, lounge chairs, those are leather. Leather, it's not leather, it's leather, so it gets better with time. It'll be that same butterscotch with a nice coffee table that underneath it has these pieces that you can pull out for little side tables and laundry if you're using somewhere else. Then we'll have some artwork on the back with a nice console table. We'll do some fresh faux trees, so we don't have to water those. They'll look beautiful. They'll be more upbeat. They look very real, but they'll be fresh. And then we'll have some high tops on these two sides. Here. And then your tables. These are your high top seats that we'll have. Everything is a polypropylene is a fake fabric. It's a plastic basically, but it's not plastic. It looks like cotton. And then we'll have your other tables that'll go around, and these will be your beautiful dining chairs.
Can we see you work somewhere? Did you do the west side, or is there a place that we can go and?
Yeah, you can go to Ocean Village.
Ocean Village? Okay.
Yep. I did that from dirt to how it is right now. We worked on that for about 3 years.
3 years ago.
No, we worked on it for about 3 years.
But it's just done.
It's done. It's done. And in that, I'm very involved with the architects, so you can look at a knob and a pole and a refrigerator to the flooring, to the bathroom divider walls, to the.
Did they go with child support?
They did? They did.
And why did the other two clubhouses in Ocean Village go with Lemon?
No idea. You'd have to ask them. I had nothing to do with them.
I'd like to read this part of it
Yeah.
as quick as possible,
Sure.
but I just want to say this. I appreciate everybody's respect your view on it. But, not everybody's going to agree on everything. So it has to come down to, somebody has to run a decision. So we're going based on the recommendations of the designer and the committee. And we're just presenting them to the board for a vote. Either up or down, one way or the other. And
So total, I'm sorry.
what's that?
The total fee.
The total fee, right now it's at a little over 98,000 for everything, the tile work, the furniture, everything she just talked about.
And that's with her fee?
Yes.
also?
That's with her fee, but we estimated, just to be safe, an extra $5,000 because we don't know what the delivery charge and the shipping and handling is gonna be for all the furniture.
Yeah.
So you're looking at maybe 103 max.
That's not wasting us then.
That's what?
That's not going to bring up our dues, I mean, our.
No, it's money that's sitting there that we can't use for anything else, yeah.
Is that part of the 15,000 of Tony Silva?
Yes, it is. Yep. Yes,
And that also includes paint. And so everything will be.
it does not include paint.
It does not.
No, it does not. No. So, Sarah is working with the current paint color to coordinate everything. to make sure it goes, because from what we understand, and like I said, I'm kind of new here, but I think the clubhouse was just repainted not too long ago, wasn't it? Yeah, so if we can get by without painting it and it still looks great,
This?
you know, or, you know, if it doesn't, we'll blame Sarah, or, you know,
Stephanie.
Stephanie.
Yeah.
I get her and Sarah mixed up all the time.
It's okay.
One more question.
Yeah,
Excuse me, do we keep this dance floor?
no,
So we don't need it. We just use the non-skid tile.
Yeah.
Good, okay.
yeah, Dan,
And-
Dan's floor is gone.
Can I ask a question? With the porcelain floor that you're putting in,
Mhm.
the sound's gonna be a lot worse. So
Well,
are we having more panels?
we don't know that for sure at this time because we're waiting to see what the curtain panels are gonna do for the sound. Now, if it's still a big problem, we're gonna address the sound issue separately. We may have to have a sound engineer come in and tell us, you know, how we locate the speakers or whatever we do. Okay,
When you, right now, you don't have furniture in here.
Yeah.
So when you have furniture in and the upholstery that we're bringing in, it'll help also too. I'm just saying. All
Yeah.
those things help.
but that part of it's a wait and see. I mean, you know, that's always something we can still address and we will if it's a problem. We'll definitely address it. But I'd like to see what it's like first.
Yeah.
Once we get everything.
Yeah. You may not need as much. Furniture.
Yeah, and if we do, we do. So, okay. Anything else on this subject?
I just have a question.
Yeah.
In our units, when they say put a top floor down, we have to put that subfloor to prevent noise.
Mhm.
Is that something that should put, I know they don't try to put on the ground floor, but would that help? That was. No, that's only for the people below
you. Yeah.
So they're not doing it.
There's nobody below. It doesn't help your unit you're in.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was just curious. Okay, cool.
yeah, thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
But we're about making it level. Doesn't that help with making it level?
They take care of all that. That's all part of a tile installer leveling. If they need self-leveler, they will do that. Okay, but I would think that this probably doesn't need a lot.
And I did forget to mention, the tile will extend into this area back here, the kitchen in this area, so that is included in the cost as well. Okay. All right, what else?
Did we get two other estimates from other designers? Did we go out and research more opportunity?
I wasn't here, I don't know.
Yeah, did the committee?
Yeah, that would be something the committee could answer. Yes,
We can answer that. We did, with Stephanie, get multiple levels of different type of furnishings, different types, everything to price out our best bang for our buck. And also on the flooring, we got
Okay.
estimates from 4 different areas.
But not a
different
designer didn't work.
No, the designer does the design, not the actual price of the product that they represent. So she helped us try to pick the best furniture for what we need here that's very durable and lasts for the style also.
okay, thank you. Thanks for the question. Anything else on the remodel?
Before we put it up to vote, Jim, if I can have a.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'd like to speak on it a little bit. Okay, I'm actually going to be the dissenting voice on this, and I just want to speak a little bit about my thoughts on it. Okay, and this is with all due respect to all board members. I like you all, but I'm gonna be that voice right now. Okay, and I just like to acknowledge that our residents are gonna be asked for a lot financially over the next year or two. Okay, and I recognize that there's gonna be significant demands on them. And with this in mind, I'm requesting the board to consider postponing this project for the following reasons. Okay. Number one, we need more discussion with our seasonal residents here, many of whom are not even here yet for the season. Number two, okay, as far as board members are concerned, okay, myself included, the end of my term is up in December. And if I'm not mistaken, Jim, who was not elected, he's appointed. His term is up in December. Okay. Another member of the board is moving. So that's gonna leave two people on the board. We're making a large financial decision with only two people on the board that'll be here. And so I'm just gonna ask that, that the board, votes this down for now. And I previously applied the same approach 2 years ago when the pickleball court was waiting to get approved by the board. But I only had 2 months left on my board duty. I wasn't going to vote that in and ram it down the throat of the next board that's elected. Okay, so I think that the proper decision to do would be to vote this down and allow the newly elected board, January 1st, to go through all the complete process and then vote it in then. That's it. Thank you for letting me speak.
You bet, thank you. If I could just respectfully rebut. This project's been going on for almost 2 years. People change positions year after year. That happens. That's a normal schedule process. And this money cannot, and I agree with Stu, there's some financial things coming up this year with the SERS and all that we have to address as a board. But this money can't be touched for any of that. This money is in a reserve account for this specific issue only. So that's kind of my thought on this. And, I think we can keep putting things off and never get anything done. And this has been going on a long time. And and everybody has their own opinion, and I respect that. So that's kind of my opinion.
And that's a fair assessment. Also, just so you know, money doesn't go bad. If it sits in there for another year, it'll still be good. And then we can really go through this process and really try to make things right. And maybe we should investigate a little bit more about the claims on a tile floor. Granted, it's non-slip, but it's not non-trip. If somebody trips, what I'm concerned about, not just glass going all over the place, what's gonna happen to a senior when he falls and drops a kneecap onto a tile floor or a hip? Then we're gonna have a lawsuit and everyone's gonna say, we told you not to put that floor in and you still did. So that's part of my concern. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Okay. Yes.
Real quick. Stu, you said at the very beginning that this is gonna be cost burden on the residents. Are you trying to say?
I'm sorry,
You said at the very beginning of when you started that this is gonna be cost on all the homeowners. Are you trying to say that our HOA fees, quarterly charges are going up because of this?
No,
they're certainly gonna go up.
not because
of this,
No.
but they're gonna go up because of other things. And, so there's gonna be other factors, okay? One thing I've always learned throughout life, you can't go broke if you don't spend money, it's a good way to really be careful and especially with all the things coming up. Okay, I think it's just maybe a good time to take a breather and look at things through the eyes of a fresh board.
You all have already paid for this. You've already put the money in for the last 20 years, so. Yes,
I'm sorry, you said it several times. Are the reserves not pooled anymore?
yes, they are. They will continue to go forward.
Pooled.
Correct.
No, they are
We
not.
voted
No,
to pool the reserve. Now, maybe the law changed. I don't know.
no, this reserve for this cannot be touched for anything but
Okay.
they're not pooled reserves. They're specific line item reserves. So, okay. All right, well, I'm gonna make a motion to vote on, number 1, the clubhouse approval. Can I hear a second?
Second.
Okay,
I'll do a roll call vote on this one.
all right.
Okay, so for approval of the motion that's on the floor, Jim, vote is yes, no?
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Nancy,
Yes.
Stu,
No.
Jay?
Yes.
Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 yes to 1 no, so motion passes.
Okay.
Okay, move along to item number 2.
Okay, number two, the quote from Floor and Decor for the flooring, which amounts to $9,914 for the flooring and the grout, for the tile and the grout.
Very good.
So I'd make a motion that we vote on that as well. Do I have a second?
Second.
Nancy?
Okay, we have a second.
Discussion,
Yes,
just to clarify, that, that is part of that $98,000 figure that you spoke about.
It is.
That's not in
it
addition to.
is, correct.
Okay.
Nothing is left out of that number.
I just wanted to be clear.
Yeah.
We-
Yeah, it is included in that number. Okay. So we have a second. Can we have a roll call vote?
Absolutely. So. Tim. Nancy. Stu, and Jay. Okay, so Jim,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Nancy,
Yes.
Stu,
No.
Jay.
Yes.
Okay. We have 4-1, so that motion passes.
Okay. The
Four
next item
yeses
is-
to be
I'm
correct.
sorry.
Just to be correct, we have 4 yes and 1 no. Motion passes.
Thank you. So the next item, is for the labor, which includes, the thin set. His bid includes the thin set for the installation as well, because he wants to do that himself. So that's for $15,000 and $35 from Tony Silva. Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a second. Will the roll call vote, please?
Sure, that's under Stu and Jim,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Nancy,
Yes.
Stu,
No.
Jay.
Yes.
Okay, so we have 4 yeses and 1 no. Motion carries. Okay. Number 4, on the new business?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, the next item on the agenda is the dissolution of the budget, the existing, the old budget committee. And the dissolution of any rule finance or rules and regulations committee. Along with that is the establishment of the new budget committee and a new rules and regulations committee. That said, I have 5 members.
1 second, Tim, we're just gonna do number 4 first, though. We just need to do a motion on that.
Oh, okay. All right, sorry.
Mhm.
All right, so the dissolution of the budget and the rules committees and the finance committees.
Make a motion?
And make a motion to dissolve
Mhm.
those committees.
I'll second.
Second?
For discussion.
No,
Okay.
so
Yeah,
we
why?
need to do a second and then discussion?
Just.
Okay, go ahead.
Just as a point, according to our documents, only the president can appoint and disband the committees.
Is
Only
it,
the president.
is it only or is it?
Only the
Or,
president.
Yes.
okay, it's only, all right, then, no,
So-
that's my fault, because that's the way we put it in there, Tim. I appreciate it. Then I'm gonna go ahead and make the announcement that we're gonna dissolve the current budget committee. And we're gonna appoint a new budget committee tonight.
So may I have a second for number 4?
Second.
Nancy?
It doesn't need it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It doesn't
Okay.
need it.
It's a habit. Okay,
It's a
sorry.
decision,
Good point.
according to
Okay.
the documents, it's a
Right.
decision for the president to make, so I'll go ahead and make it.
Okay.
Okay, so then as far as, Tim, if you want to announce who the new appointees
Jim
are.
appointed.
So the new budget committee for 2026 is going to be Greg Ewing, Scott Vaughn, Nancy Rodriguez, Kevin Bryan, and James Eads.
Okay.
I make a motion to approve that.
I second it.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, opposed? Okay, unanimous?
So number 6.
Six.
What about the rules committee?
The rules committee for this meeting is going to stand as is.
Yes,
We haven't discussed with anybody if there's anybody new interested. Nobody has approached us about being interested on the rules committee at this time. So we're gonna throw that out if anybody's interested, wants to look at it.
Well, what's going on with what the last rules committee came up with, and the attorney reviewed it and agreed with everything, and nothing's been done, although I do notice a few months ago, an email went out saying no more smoking in the pool area. That was never in the rules, but the rules committee at the time came up with that.
Yeah.
So what happened with all the work that rules committee did and the lawyer reviewed it, and we pay that lawyer to review it? What?
I don't have an
Just
answer
throw it
for you.
out.
I don't have an answer for you. I wasn't on the board at the time.
might have an answer question. Because, nothing was ever done with that existing rules committee. And it just sat there for the longest time. We decided to review the whole rules committee again. Right?
Well,
And to bring forward all that old information and have a rules committee take a look at it again and then approve.
Well, I disagree because the work was finished, it was turned over to the attorney to review, it went back to the board, not
But it
this
was
board,
never voted on.
entire board.
It was a prior board,
Okay, so why don't you just review it, look at it? and
because
say-
there were other things that needed to be in it.
We can do
needed
that. I haven't seen any of it, so I'd be glad to do that and then we can take a vote on it.
But there were other things that were lacking. The whole moving situation needed to come up. There were, I don't begrudge you. You guys did a phenomenal job. I went through it all, but there were sections that just weren't addressed. And I guess that's why the last board just kind of dumped it on us and then
I don't
we
know.
started looking at it, but it needed more additions. And I think that it was determined that let's just hold off, do it right, send it to the attorney. And we were hoping that maybe a new board and a new committee will just move forward with what you have done. I'm not saying you didn't do a good job because you did. The whole moving section wasn't even in there and that needs to be addressed.
Question?
But you did a good job. I appreciate what you did. I have all your copies. I can give it to Jim.
And just one more thing before we answer your question. And I would appreciate it if when we establish the new rules committee, that you would be included in that rules committee, be on that membership. Because
want
you
me on
did
the
a-
rules committee to review the rules committee?
You've done a lot of work.
You did a lot of work. It just,
There was some questions.
there was questions.
Yes.
Were you on the committee, Jim?
He was.
Yes.
Okay, all right. We will definitely take that up and get an answer for you. Okay? You're welcome. Yes.
If the lawyers already looked at it, why don't we just vote in the rules that the lawyers already looked at, because we've already paid for him to look at it, and then whatever is lacking, we can add to it, have the lawyer look at that and add it to.
I
the
think he said because we'd have to change the bylaws on some of them and that would cost a lot more money to do it all at once.
I'd like to have a chance to look at it.
And
One
that-
clarification on one thing on rules that I saw. And maybe I'm incorrect in my assumption of it, but one of the things was that was a rule restricting auto repair in a person's garage.
that was part of it.
And I didn't agree with it. If you own a garage, you have a right to repair your car in that garage.
Yeah, I wouldn't agree with that.
You know?
Yeah, that was in
That's
it.
what I saw that made me take an exception to it.
I think that's the rule now, but I think we voted to do away with that.
Okay.
Well, I'm not sure. That's why that's why all this controversy is coming about on the rules. So we have to take a look.
Yeah, let me look at it, Jim, and then we'll get back to it the next meeting for sure. Cindy, what was your question?
Make the comment, because I've been involved in the past on rules committee. When an attorney looks at the rules you submit to him, he's not looking at it as, does this proposed set of rules make sense for this community? He's looking at it from a legal perspective, is each statement in compliance with the law? So that isn't really what you're looking for. What you need is we present rules to the community, give them a chance to respond, and then the board, because the board is responsible for adopting the committee's work. So that's really the process, why it's that way. And by the way, I saw the comment about smoking in the pool too. And I'm on finance committee, and we couldn't uphold that until the rule was changed. Because technically, you could still smoke in the pool. Or, you know, the area.
Yeah. But it definitely needs to be addressed. We will address it.
Yes.
I just had a question because is budget committee is one committee. Is finance committee a committee by itself and then rules committee, or is finance and rules
No.
together?
No, the finance and budget is basically the same thing.
So budget and finance are together,
Yes.
and then the rules
Right.
committee. Okay,
Right,
that's that, yeah,
yeah.
okay.
So the rest of the committees for right now, we're just gonna leave them as is. And if anybody has any interest in the committee, just let us know. Please let us know. We'd like involvement. Okay, anything else on that before we move on? Okay.
Item number 6. Okay, so item number 6 is discussion approval of the HIE Board of Directors to contact the association. In order to keep uniform with the board itself and not have multiple individuals reaching out to the board, to the attorney, because every time you do reach out to Jacob, he does charge. He starts the timer the minute he gets a phone call or an email. So right now we have James Eads and Ray Sizemore as the two. Jay, sorry. I'm trying to use your legal name, sorry. And Jay Sizemore as the two individuals identified to reach out to the attorney. So I do have on here for you to make a motion to approve it so that couldn't stay with the attorney until any such changes down the line. So I need someone to make a motion on that.
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
So Jim. We have a second on that?
A second.
Nancy? All in favor?
Aye.
Discussion? Yes.
In discussion? I'm sorry, we missed discussion.
Okay, sure.
Well, can we ensure that the attorney knows that only 2 people can call in?
Absolutely, he knows.
Good.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
Good.
Yeah, thanks, Becky. Any others before we take a vote on this? Okay. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
All opposed? Passed unanimously.
Number 7. That's gonna be with Jay.
Yeah, this is concerning the woodpecker holes that we have in the buildings. If you've been here very long, you know we have a woodpecker problem once a year. They come in and our facade, all the trim that you see around the buildings and all, that's actually a foam, that's not concrete. And those little woodpeckers, they like to get there and put holes in there. So we kind of wait till the end of the season to fix them. They gotta be fixed because if not, then water intrusion gets behind them. We was able to get 2 bids on it. One from Blue Water Finishing. They do a lot of work for us around here. They repair all the stucco and everything when it needs to be done. They do a lot of work for us. And their bid was $9,800. And that includes the lift. Those lifts they have to rent to do that is expensive, and that actually includes the lift. The next bid we got was from Stormtrooper Home Improvement, and it was for $25,000. So, you know.
It seems to me there are a lot fewer holes this year than there were before.
There's actually 48 holes in all the buildings, Wally. Now, whether it's more or less from last year, I don't know, but when Jay and I myself went around and counted them, there's 48 holes. So, yeah. So I would make the motion that we hire Blue Water Finish to repair the holes.
I second that motion. Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimously passed. Thank you, Jay. Let's move on to
Number 8.
number 8, which is the replacement for the garage door in the maintenance garage over here. We had an issue where that thing broke And we could not get into it. So we had to basically break into it to get it open and then have a garage repairman come out. And he said that there's all kinds of problems with the door itself. We just need to replace the door. So we got bids. How many bids did we get on that?
We have two. We have from A-Rated Garage, Sales and Repair, and also from, Garage and D&D Garage and Doors and Gates, sorry.
Okay. And what were the bids for each?
So for the exact door that we currently have, that have the panel and the inside of it, it's $33,850.
Okay, $3,850 on one.
Right, and that's for, from A-Rated Garage. And they have a similar door, it's still rated, but it doesn't have the panel like it does. The panel is behind, but it doesn't have the soundproof in it. And that one is for $2,800. And he also, I also include a picture in itself. It just has the bars itself, but it doesn't have the panel.
The cords. Yeah.
Right.
What do all the other garage doors have?
The one,
Are they paneled in the back?
it has a panel is behind the soundproofing.
Right.
That's in there right now.
Okay.
And then the second one from D&D, their quote was $2,653, and that's not the same exact one that we currently have.
It is the exact one?
No,
It's not.
it's
Okay.
not.
All right.
Which one is the exact same one, just to keep
To keep it
uniformity?
uniform, it would be the one from A-Rated Garage for just a $3,850.
$3,850.
Which is exactly what we have.
Any discussion on this? Any opinions?
What's the difference in money? Between 38 and
The panel, is that a hurricane support panel?
Yeah.
They are.
they're all hurricane.
Yeah, it's required by law. That they have to be, yes.
What's the difference in price?
Does anybody on the board have an opinion on which one they think we should go with?
I just want to get difference of amount. I think, well, what are we talking about?
Is it the same door, Jim, for both people?
No, it's not. The one for $3,850, which was the highest bid, is the same door. It has the supports and then it has
1,200.
a sound cover over that in the back. That's what we have on all the doors now. The other ones aren't quite as nice a door. They don't have the panels and stuff in back.
Might as well go with the good one.
Yes, I agree with that. That would be my opinion door.
I kind of feel like uniformity. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
it's just, I know it's a few bucks more.
I mean, why give up what we have? I mean,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
okay, I'm gonna make a motion then to approve the bid for $3,850 and replace that door. Why would second?
Yes.
Who's second? Tim?
Second, yeah.
Perfect. All in favor?
Hi.
So it goes here. Just 1 second, these papers aside. Okay, so next one is gonna be number 9.
Fine.
Jay, you wanna take that one?
Yeah, this is for, our elevator emergency monitoring, for elevator communication group. It's something, that's required by law, we have to have it. You get stuck in the elevator, you want to call somebody and say, help, come get me. So, that's basically it. We had to do it, and, there's only a couple companies out there that does it, and, this was the lowest bid, so I move that we give the bid to, Elevator Communication Group.
I second.
Hi.
Okay.
Sorry.
All in favor? Aye.
And
Hi.
also, this was the same company that came to our rescue that repaired the 2 phones for me. The current company we have, he sent someone out here, he didn't know what he was doing and wanted to charge us like $6,000 to look at the 4 buildings. It was a nightmare, so.
Right.
Yes.
What was the price tag?
Good question.
It's,
What was the price on that one?
yeah. I'll try this.
We were just gonna send you the bill today.
Okay, so right now,
Right. Right.
so it's $400 per month and he's matching the current price that we have with Learn 360. And then for 2026 to 2028, he's gonna go up by $4. And I did negotiate with him because the initial was gonna do $55 per elevator. And he and I had a conversation, he wanted to earn our business, so for 2026, for the next 3 years, He's gonna go up to $38 per elevator versus the 55, so we're getting a really great deal.
Good.
Mhm. Okay, and then next, number 10.
Okay, number 10, we're waiting for a response from the attorney
Mm-hmm.
on questions on that contract. So right now,
Mm-hmm.
we're just gonna have to put this off until we hear his response, because
Okay.
I don't think it's something that we can make a decision on.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so you wanna make a motion to table this for me, please?
I'll make a motion to table this. Number 10,
Second,
Tim, second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Okay.
Number 11.
Number 11.
Number 11 is for landscaping. Specifically, we've got, building 9, building 5, we lost 2 palms right out in front of the buildings to that disease they call dermagamma, it's in the ground. You can never put a palm flat back in there. Once it's there, it's done. You can't put a palm back in there. So we did a lot of research on plant trees to go in there, and landscapers submitted, a couple, we look at them and, when you Google stuff, you'll say, well, this one brings in bugs or whatever, we're for it, here you go, bugs, but. So what was finally decided on it is crepe myrtle trees. It'll give us some color and everything in front of those. And,
Oh, good.
we don't have to worry about that disease that's in the ground with those. The rest of it kind of goes along with the clubhouse renovation. It's a focal point. This landscape is getting old in this community. The mulch we put down out here in the front, it just doesn't last. First big rain, the mulch is gone. So this is talking about, I don't know if you ever looked at this corner, we put that ground cover in there in the plant, it does well. That's bringing that on down and extending it down, to about the second column there. And then going in there, if you know what Lorivy is that big green grass, putting that in there thick, so you don't have to worry about mulch. Then coming over on the other side in the front where it's all barren and all in there, and putting the variety in there also. And then on the side by the office, between that and pickleball court, it's got all that old chevalier in there, that yellow green color stuff that's really seen outlived this age. You look at it, it's absolutely cool. So that's taking that out and putting in the exorbitant, the nice red one you see around the roundabout, putting that in there nice and thick and filling it in. So that's the proposal. And for everything, it's $7,367. Now, plants are expensive, but the labor is more, and that's where it comes in, ripping that stuff out and putting that in. It is a budget item in the current budget for this year. It was budgeted $14,000 for plant replacement, so it is in the budget. So for decision.
Yes.
In building 37, where they put those 2 new
Yes.
plantains and took the oak trees out, correct?
No trees was ever there.
No, the palms are.
Had the pygmy date palms. It's had pygmy date palms in there as long as I can.
No, we're talking about.
Yeah, there was never oak trees there.
Yeah, there were never.
Oak tree, right? in the
Yeah,
middle.
those never had it.
Yeah, that building didn't have, the trees that were there are still currently there.
It's got the pygmy.
Just the shrubs around it were replaced because the old shrubs, the Bermuda grass had grown up so thick in them, they couldn't get it out of there. And it was growing up 3 feet above every time between cuts, it was grow up like a foot or 2 above the shrubs.
What about the pavers? Well, what was making the pavers have to be replaced?
The pavers weren't replaced. What they had to do is there was a water issue in those 2 areas because it would not drain out. which was causing that grass to keep growing up in there. So they cut a section out, next to the curb drain, and they put a port in there so that the water can now drain out to hopefully alleviate that problem.
One of the problems up there at 37 and 38, when we was talking about the water, and you got to put the pipe in there and get the water out of there. At 37, 38, that big round island up there between the two buildings. More of a problem there. That's a different elevation than this. It's totally different soil, everything up there. So that's a struggle in that area.
You could have building 4, they also lost a tree on the side.
I'm sorry, Patty.
Building 4 also lost a tree on the side that had that fungus.
Okay. I wasn't aware of that. Was it one of the palm trees? Then, the crepe myrtles was, cleaned and everything, I think they're $200 a piece. I mean, we can just add that to it. If nobody has a problem, we can have one live there too.
We can,
Building 3, they cut a tree down, it might have been the same thing you're talking about, we still have the stump there that they said they were gonna remove,
On the east side of the garage.
and it's still there. Can that be included in the $7,300?
I'm not sure if that was,
Take that out?
yeah, I'm not sure if that was in the tour that you and I took with Lucky Landscaping about all this stuff. We're still waiting on some bids to come back on some stuff that Jay identified in the community where trees have been lost, shrubs are going bad.
And we did talk about that one. Stu brought that to my attention. What they're trying to figure out there, Gene, is because it's in that small curve area, we can't put a palm tree in there.
Just take the stump out.
Well, get the stump
Put
out.
anything in.
But we gotta figure out something that can go in there. And I don't think a crepe myrtle tree would work in there either. But we'll get that stump out. I mean, that's easy to have Lucky come here and get that out. We make them do that in.
Don't go on the park that. Would take out the palms. There's one from building 7. Go park, car to park. They took the old palm trees out and there's stumps there.
There's foxtails. Working on that,
They all probably already know that.
working on that.
Yeah, and we realize there are some areas that we need to address. And but any input you've got, if you can take the time to send it in to Sylvia on the portal, that way she can put all that together for us and make sure that we have a backup that we address it as well. 'Cause it was about a month ago, Jay called me and asked me if I would go around with him and the guys from Lucky and identify all these areas. And to be honest with you, there was a lot of them, and I can't remember specifically which ones were.
Take pictures.
Yeah.
Once a month, somebody should take up the property, roundabout.
Yeah,
That and the sprinkler heads after the grass is cut.
yeah.
The west side is going through a pretty extensive landscape renovation right now.
It's a bad time of the year for it.
And they're spending about $50,000 per building. So landscaping is not cheap. And, but they're doing it. Beautiful though.
Yeah.
Yeah, need to.
Okay, so maybe for the next meeting then, we'll have some more information on those specific issues. And we can get back with you on those,
Absolutely.
okay?
Okay.
And for this bid, can we just have them add in that other crepe myrtle tree at what building was it, Patty?
4.
4? We'll just have them add that in, so for this, we will just include them.
All right, so do you want to make a motion to amend that contract and add that to it then? And I'll,
And add in the third crepe myrtle.
okay, and I'll second that motion. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous.
Okay, moving on to number 12.
All right, Jay.
Getting close.
On the stage, man.
The next one, fire control panel, building 9. This has been a discussion forever. We know these panels are old. They can't get parts for them anymore. So it's been the decision to replace them as needed instead of just going out wholesale spending, it's, $25,000. I think we've already replaced one other one, I think one. They just can't get parts for them and, we gotta have, our fire alarm system. So, I mean, it's not something that can really be debated. So with that being said, I move approval of, replacing the fire control panel. It's $24,119. That is out of the contingency, reserve also. So it's not out of the general fund budget.
We have a second?
I second.
Nancy seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, unanimous.
Fantastic.
We asked if you would do this last one, number 13. Are you up to speed on that project or?
I'm a quick learner.
Okay.
Please help out.
Oh, okay.
Which one? There's the two going in and out.
Oh, those, okay, yes, I know that. Okay, got it.
Go ahead.
Oh, you want me?
You want to kind of explain what?
Okay, Jay, you know what? I just agreed with you when we were talking about it,
Yeah.
more about it, so I'll let you.
And this is, replace two doors going into the bathrooms and out over the garage area that has a little piece of glass in there, so you don't, somebody run into it, go to the door and knock it down. They're the original doors, they're metal, the frames are rusted off at the bottom, the dirt just blows in and when they weed and everything, and, that actually comes out of the garage budget, so that doesn't affect anything except for the garage owners, which is in the budget now. It's in the repair and maintenance for that, so that's the replacing of those two doors. We had two bids, one was $9,800.
$93.75 versus $81.90.
So, and, $81.90 doesn't turn my paper.
Yeah, John Jacobs, 93.70.
The bonus
group,
$81.90.
and they do our door work pretty much. The electrical rooms on each end, they just replaced 4 of those doors. So I make the motion to approve that to the bonus group.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Who seconded that? All right. So,
Last thing is gonna be,
if anybody has any more questions or comments on anything for the agenda, now's the time to take those. Maggie?
Yeah, it seems to me the board's doing a great job and you're all very, very busy. I would like to propose under new business on item number 11. I think there are enough people in the community that would like to form a landscaping committee. We used to have, I think, obviously, Jay that covered so many of these items. He's obviously very busy besides being in charge of finance. But there are a lot of people that would help and work on it. I would like to propose for the next board of directors meeting, that you put it on the agenda, that we form a landscape.
Done.
They used to have.
Done.
There was volunteers.
Yeah,
Everybody was happy.
let's see who wants to volunteer and we can set you up.
and I'll send the email out.
From every building
Yeah.
that was on that committee.
Great.
And they did a great job. And then we have the tail end of a hurricane, which we talked a lot of stuff, but it is.
Because there is a lot of landscaping in the
There's
community.
a lot of problems.
Yeah. I think it's a great idea, so we will adopt that. You're welcome. Anybody else?
I had one.
Sure.
I know it's, there's a rule about trimming the oak tree. Let's say one of them died, or let's say we wanted to remove the oak tree. Do we remove it? What do we do with the rule?
No, you can't, those are like sacrilege.
Out of Congress.
To get permission from the city to trim the top of those oak trees was.
Yeah, well, that's. all right.
You can't take them out.
You know this bed over here on Donation Farm. The oak tree grew the roots up through and destroys whatever is growing in with it. And the bed looks terrible. And only solution is cut all the tree limbs, the tree roots out.
They don't
So then
care.
it doesn't look.
They got their bad.
Yeah, they
You know, there's no way to do that. All right.
Yeah.
the way to solve that, we've had the discussion with Lucky and the west side, same problem. Is to rip out that most of that shrub that surround those oak trees is ilex shilling. It should have never been put in here. A lot of this stuff should have never been put in here. So it needs to be ripped out.
Well, maybe some of their ground.
And something to put in their ground cover where they can come in there with the weed eater and just keep it weeded down. Now they can't do that. They just shave it off at the top.
It's never looked good.
No,
Yeah, and I believe that's what you just described. It's in the proposal for the landscaping that we just approved, correct? Okay,
no.
not out here from the clubhouse system?
No, what we're gonna do out there is on the side where that Green Island ficus is grown because of the trees.
Yeah.
That's gonna come out and that's where that, variety, some of that variety is gonna go.
Okay. All right.
Those seeds that are on the ground, that's from the oak trees? Yeah. I mean, is there a provision where it could become like a trip hazard or a safety concern?
No.
It's-
I'm saying an oak trees, no, yeah.
Nothing you can do about it.
No.
I bought a blower, a little cheap electric blower. I take it back. Elvis bought it, gives to me. I put it in the dumpster room for people in our building.
Yeah.
To blow off the sidewalk and around there, to keep all that off. That is something that maybe the budget committee could think of, because those things are what, $69? Put one in every dumpster room.
Good idea.
Ours gets used a lot.
Yeah.
People use it all.
idea. So I left it low in front of our place, it's always enough.
I put it in there, the charger's in there, everybody can be good about it.
That's a really good idea.
Turn it in the battery back on charge and work straight.
Okay, any other questions?
Anne Marie.
That's a question.
Okay,
General question.
Sure.
yeah,
What do you see as the largest impact to our increased fees coming up next year? What is going to impact us the most?
It's all-
Is it insurance? Is it the state regulations? What are we looking, is it both? Crystal ball?
You directing that to me?
I'll answer part of
You made a
it.
statement saying, we're gonna have a big
Well,
increase.
no, anybody can jump in, but here's the thing, the SARS is, it's law. We have to do what the law requires on that. So in order to catch up on these reserves, we're gonna have to increase it. We don't know how much it's gonna be. As far as the insurance goes, we don't know because every trend that we're seeing, insurance is going down. There's more and more insurance companies coming into Florida and the rates have been going down. Now, our insurance isn't up till March, the end of March. So what's gonna happen is if there's a huge disaster between now and March, we can probably kiss all that goodbye, to be honest with you. So we don't have a crystal ball. Right now, we're betting and hoping that the rates are gonna go down some. So what we've done is Jay hooked me up with Frankie Lott,
Yes.
who owns the insurance business, and Frankie is gonna kind of consult with us and keep us informed on what's going on in the industry so that we can make sure that the decision we make is correct with what's happening in reality out there. So that's kind of where that is. I wish I could tell you exact numbers right now, but we just don't have them at this point. Okay. Anybody else want to comment on that? Jay, is that?
Well, yeah, I mean, the other thing is the reserves and that is what it is. I mean, we had the reserve study done that includes the structural integrity, and non-structural. That by law has been sent off to Tallahassee and we've got to abide by it.
Yeah. And there's been some questioning on, well, what about either doing a special assessment or what about taking out a line of credit? We've gone through that with the attorney. We've gone through it with the company who did the structural integrity report for us. And it just does not make sense for our community because if you take out a line of credit, all it does is cover you for the first year. Then you got to go back and deal with this again the next year and make another decision. And then you have to do that every year. So if we just can come up with a reasonable amount that we can afford to pay every month. And then, then it's done for 30 years. Then you don't have to worry about it because you know that money's gonna be in there. We're kicking all that around right now, but there's a lot of pros and cons on all the different issues. But as far as the line of credit goes, all it does is kick the can down the next year.
I read an article today that some insurers are not covering associations unless they bring their roofs up to date. Even if their roofs don't need to be replaced right now, they are forcing them to replace their roof.
That's where we're in really good shape. We spend about $100,000 a year on upkeep on our roof, and our roofs are in really good shape.
Okay, so they couldn't look at our roofs and say, you've got to replace them.
No, in fact, I think that was very favorable in our inspection. We were in really good shape.
So even if they're 25 years old, the insurance.
That's right.
Say, well, we want insured, we're 25 years old.
Yeah.
The 20 years old.
Yeah, but they're in good shape. I mean, we have a lot of work on them all the time. So I think we're okay on that. Okay, anybody else have a question before we adjourn?
Yes, I have a question.
I'd just like to take a minute to thank the board for all the work they've done. I mean, it's looking from the outside in. Looking from the outside in before I came on the board, and I've been on board before, but this board does an unbelievable amount of work. They really do. And I can tell you that Sylvia's been a big help to us. She has identified tens of thousands of dollars in savings for our community based on things that should have been done differently in the past, where we've had late fees that we've paid. That shouldn't have been. We've had the money to pay the bills got paid late, things like that. So we're working through all those issues, but I want to thank Sylvia especially.
Thank you, everyone. You
I
guys
have
are
a quick-
pleasant to work with. You guys are all amazing. So thank you.
Yep. So everybody, is that it? Anybody got?
I have
anything
a
for the close?
question.
Stu, you look like you got some.
Oh, no, not at all.
I have a question.
Okay, so
Thank you all.
may I
Have a good night.
may I motion please to close?
Yeah, I guess if we don't do that, it's still.
No, we didn't.
A motion to adjourn.
I'd like to ask a question.
Second.
Second. Okay.
Meeting adjourned.
Nice.
Seven.
So I have a question. I can't ask the question.
Thank you. Nancy, oh, you're welcome. Nancy.
Very well.
Can you hear us?
They're ignoring us.
Had a gun to